Hello everyone, my name is Ankit Nanwal and today we will be discussing the topic planning of building. So basically the topic that is planning of building is based on the thinking of the pre-arranging things that we will be arranging those things while before making any building, and we are thinking that before, that is known as planning. So what are the steps involved in planning any public building or residential building are: first of all, the aspect of the building: prospect, orientation, grouping, privacy, elegance, flexibility, roominess, circulation, furniture requirements, sanitation, and economy. So these all are the steps we will be discussing in deep. So planning of building means the pre-thinking and pre-arranging things. So these all these steps which we are involved before making any building. What are the requirements of any client? First of all, you are making any home. Suppose what you will be wanting from that home. First of all, you need the comfort in the home, convenience, health of your family members, that it should be in that area that is where there is no health issues can occur, happiness is required, and efficiency is required. So these are the result you want: the comfort, convenience, health, happiness, and efficiency. So the object of planning of building is to arrange and set out all the different units to satisfy the requirements to maximum extent by making use of available space economically. Suppose you are making any building, but you are restricted with the area you are having, but you need to get this comfort, convenience, health, and happiness and efficiency from that area. So how will you design your building? You will be designing your building according to the land only, the area you are having, that is the resource you are having. So you will be utilizing that resource, and how will you be utilizing that resource depends upon yours. So that is the restricted point, that you need to use your available resources only. Okay, so thus building planning can be defined as an art of designing functionally sound, convenient yet economic structures. So it should be economical also and convenient also. So the planning of such building is governed by many factors like climatic conditions, site location, function, surrounding conditions. So these are all the aspects you need to be taken care of while designing any building. How is the climate of that area? Where, what is the quality at the site, of soil, etc. Site location. How is the site location, and what are the functions that can be carried out at the site before making any building, and how are the surrounding conditions. These are steps you must know, okay, before making any building. So first topic that we will be covering is the aspect. So basically aspect is the proper placement of different rooms of the building. So how, where you want your rooms to be in a proper place. So it is the proper placement of different rooms of the building so that the occupants can enjoy the gift of nature, such as sunshine, breeze, and view of the landscape at different hours of the day. So the rooms placement should be such that you will be having nature gift such as sunshine. Okay, so the room should be such that the sunshine is available there, breezy breeze is available, and you can view the rainfall, etc. The beauty of the nature and the landscape can be viewed during the hours, any hours of the day. So the room should be placed in such a manner. Okay, if these are cheerful, people living in their midst contented and happy. Okay, hence building must be designed to suit with all its varying aspects. So the aspect is based on the proper placement of the different room. Aspect not only provide comfort, but it improve important from hygienic point of view also. Okay, if you are having a good sunshine, that will be beneficial for you. Okay, by careful disposition of doors and windows in external walls, it is possible to admit sun rays and air into the desired room. So these are all the points that you will be understanding. I hope you are getting these points, that aspect is based on the placement of the rooms and how the where the rooms, doors and windows should be placed. It's so that the nature gift such as sunshine and breeze can be viewed from the rooms. Okay, so the general appearance of the building largely depends upon the position of the doors and windows in external walls. So these are based on the aspect. So the kitchen should be eastern aspect so that morning sun refreshes and purifies air, and kitchen would remain cool and clean in later part of the day. So this is a good point, that the kitchen should be in eastern aspects. It should be in eastern direction so that the sun in the morning can refreshes and purify the air should enter into the kitchen so that the kitchen remains cool and clean. Okay, from the point of view of sunlight, living room used for group discussion should be in southern and southeast aspect. Here in winter, since the sun is towards south, sun rays enter the room, while in summer direct rays from north are prevented to enter. Okay, so these are the points you need to remember in aspect. So now we come to prospects. Prospects refer to the view as seen of the outside from the windows in general and doors in external walls. So prospect is referring to the view we are seeing of the outside from the windows in general and doors in external walls. It is determined by the view as desired from certain rooms of the building, such as view of garden, beautiful scene, a nearby hill, etc. So from the from your windows and doors, which desired view is being seen, that is, you can see the garden view or any hill view. Okay, prospects includes taking full advantage of beauty of nature in the landscape by revealing to the occupant certain pleasant features, and at the same time concealing some undesirable view in given outlook. So these are based on the nature's beauty. Okay. Third point is privacy. So privacy is one of the most important consideration in the planning of building of all types in general and residential building in particular. So privacy is of two types. One is privacy of all parts of the building with reference to the surrounding building. So one privacy is that we are talking about the building privacy with reference to the surrounding buildings. Okay, streets and byways. This can be achieved by growing plants, trees, and also by keeping window high enough with respect to the roads or ground nearby. So the area which are near to the roads, where the pedestrian are walking, so there use you can grow plants there, and for the for your privacy you can also lift your you can make the windows at high level. Okay, from the ground. So second point is privacy of one room from the another. Now second privacy is based on the in the same building from room, based on the room only. If one room should be in private to the uh, other rooms, we are talking about if one room should be you are based for the privacy purpose, the people are using for the privacy purpose such as conference or any meeting is to be taken there or taking place there, so that should be in private. So privacy of one room from the another. So example, bedroom, kitchen, bathroom, etc. So these are the private rooms that we are talking about in privacy. So this can be attained by carefully positioning of doors and opening of the shutter. The, so the shutter should open in such a way that a person entering the room should get the minimum view. Okay, so the view should not be, so the shutters should open in such a way, so the room that those rooms door should open in such a way, or shutters may open in such a way so that the person may entering from outside should get the minimum view. Okay, so these are the types of privacy. Now comes the internal privacy. Internal privacy is the direct view inside any room from any other room or passage lobby is prevented. And we are talking about we cannot see from one room to the other directly, and that is internal privacy plays an important role in circulation of inside the building. So it is based on circulation of inside the building. Okay, so these are the example. All doors should not be placed in one line. Placing of single shutter doors offers more privacy than double shutter doors. Okay, by proper furniture arrangement, use of screens at the doors of water closet and bath, etc. Use of partitions. So these are the example of privacy, how to provide the privacy. And external privacy, in external privacy the direct view of the building from surrounding building is obstructed. Also privacy from noise and pollution from the road is. So examples are sufficient capped mm, sill height will not disturb external privacy. Veranda is to be planned in the front side of to maintain the external privacy. So these are all the examples of the external privacy, and those were the example of the internal privacy. Now we have come to Rominess. It refers to the effect achieved by making the best of a small portion of room by deriving maximum benefits from minimum dimension. So we need the maximum benefits from the minimum dimension. So these can be achieved by Rominess. It appears to be simple at first but really difficult to achieve. It is opposite of scrappedness and taxes, the brain of the engineer. So it is the opposite of crampedness and taxes and brain of the engineer. So it is the requirement where the we need the maximum benefit from the minimum dimension. So it is a tedious task. So the feeling of space, the filling of space, that is whether it is less, more or adequate depends upon the shape or portion of the width or length and height. So the it depends upon the room dimensions. So this is coming under the prominence. Okay, so next point we will be talking about grouping. So grouping means arrangement of various rooms in the layout in such a fashion that all the rooms are placed with reference to their function and in due proximity with each other. So grouping means how to arrange the various rooms in the layout. So which we are talking about the layout of the building. In layout we have to show where we are arranging the rooms and how we are arranging the rooms in such a fashion that all the rooms are placed with a reference to their function. Okay, so every room must be having certain functions. Suppose bedroom is for certain purpose, kitchen is for certain purpose, and bathroom is for certain purpose. So these are the rooms which are having certain function. So how they need to be placed, so this depends upon the how we are grouping them. Okay, so the building consists of units of rooms in general. Each rooms or unit has to perform certain functions, and there is also some sort of sequence in between them. Proper grouping should have a smooth change over rather than abrupt one. Bad grouping lacks in privacy also. So if you are arranging them in you are not thinking that you need the privacy in the room, you did not require the natural sunlight in the early morning. If you are ignoring these aspects, then there will be certain bad grouping means where you will be lacking in privacy, lacking in the natural sunlight and the aspects of the room, prospects of the room. So these will be not in proper manner. So this comes under grouping. Now comes circulation. So circulation is the access or internal movement providers. So how much internal movement is provided. So circulation is of two types. One is the horizontal circulation and other is vertical circulation. It is the movement is for the same floor. When we are talking about same floor, in case of horizontal circulation and vertical circulation, we will be talking about. So that is the movement in the same floor and maybe from one room to the another room. Okay, within the room itself. Then it is called horizontal circulation. And when we are talking about vertical circulation, that will be involving from one floor to the other. So the horizontal circulation can be achieved by providing passages, corridors, lobbies, verandas and halls. So these will be provided for the circulation purpose. It should be straight, short, sufficient, lighted and well ventilated to provide the comfort, convenience, efficiency. So these are all the aspects you will be requiring in building. Okay, so these points are same here. So desirable horizontal circulation has short, straight and independent passes. Okay, it helps to provide privacy of the room. So vertical circulation is the movement from one floor to the another. It can be achieved by means of stairs, lifts and escalators. So these should be easily accessible from entrance various rooms without intruding privacy. So these are the vertical circulation. So I hope you are getting the points where what is the point that are governed by the circulation. Circulation is based on 2 points, that is horizontal and vertical. Okay. Now we will be talking about furniture requirement. So furniture requirements, the requirements of the furniture depends on the type of building we are talking about, the number of persons in the building, function of the room we are talking about. Therefore the requirements of the furniture, their size will be dependent on these aspects. So it is an important consideration because the furniture will decide the size of the room. To make best use of available space in the room, minimum furniture should be provided. The room does not look pleasing, attractive if it is overloaded. Despite good selected furniture, if you will overload the room, it will not look good. So at the time of planning, the proper position of furniture should be sofa, chairs, tables, television, etc. Wall units. These all come under the furniture requirement. So here are some important hints to be borne in mind while arranging the furniture. So for these are the point that furniture should satisfy the functional purpose as well as decorative purpose. Furniture should be proportional to the size of the room. The arrangement of furniture should be well balanced. So these are all the points that you must keep in mind while arranging your furniture. So furniture should be arranged parallel or perpendicular to the wall, but never at an angle. Okay, so you can provide them parallel to each other or perpendicular to the walls or parallel to the walls, but you cannot provide them at any angle. Okay, so minimum clearance for movement or circulation should be provided. Traffic lane should be clear of obstacles. Too many furniture pieces should be avoided, so that will crowded the place. Furniture arrangement should depict harmony or unity or rhythm. Furniture should provide maximum utility. Okay, now the point is flexibility. Now flexibility means planning a room in such a way that even though a room originally planned to satisfy a particular purpose, it should also serve other desired purpose when required in future. So the room that can be used for other purposes also, this is known as the flexibility in planning. Okay, suppose we are using that room for certain purpose, but after in future we can use it for other purposes also. This type of room planning is known as the flexibility in plan. Space has maximum value nowadays. Okay, so economy of space is an important factor. Space or lack of space is a problem for all. The answer is not to finding more space but to make maximum use of the available space. So that space you are having, you need to use that only, and how you can gain the maximum benefit out of that, that is very important. So this is particularly important for designing the houses where economy is major consideration. So we should be careful to see that even the smallest room should serve a big role. One should be flexible over the use of rooms. The requirements go on changing as family expand in future. So that is the designing of that room should be flexible, because in future the family members can increase also. Okay, so it depends upon that, so it should be flexible. Hence planning is to be done in a manner that the rooms like living rooms can be easily converted into guest room also. Okay, dining can be provided in the kitchen in the case it may be useful as a kitchen come dining room. Okay, so this is known as flexible plan. Now come this point, sanitation. Sanitation includes provision of sufficient light, ventilation, and cleanliness. That you must all be knowing. So, lighting, that the room must be having proper lighting. The object of lighting is to provide the work or the activity to be carried out smoothly in the buildings in safety condition. Okay. Natural lighting, the sun is in the source of natural light. Okay. Now sunlight illuminates and destroy bacteria. So that is very important, and discuss disease and germs since it contains ultraviolet rays. So this is very important part, that natural light is destroying the bacteria and diseases. So that should be available, that should enter the room. So how will you provide that? That depends upon the aspects on the building, prospects of the building, how you are grouping the room, that all dependent on that. Okay, so the blue sky overhead is also the source of daylight and brightness. The intensity of light is affected. So these are all the points that come under lighting. Artificial lighting is mainly required at night. Okay, that will replace the natural light in at night. So this is known as the artificial light, by which you need the comfort and style. Also nowadays different types of lighting are available in the market, that is also you can apply. Now ventilation, it may be defined as a system of supplying of fresh air from outside by nature to the, or by mechanical device, or by removing the air ventilated by respiration bacteria and unpleasant odor from the room. So there are certain, uh, you can provide AC, you are providing ACs in the room, uh, you are providing certain mechanical machines or devices that remove the air from inside the room. Okay, so that will remove the bacteria unpleasant odor from the rooms, that will remove the that air or germs from the air, and it will throw them outside the room. So that is known as, depends upon the ventilation, that will bring the comfort in the room. Okay, cleanliness, it is the responsibility of the occupant who is occupying that room to maintain the building, clean the building. However, the precautions should be taken to provide facilities for cleaning and prevention of dust accumulation. The dust is harmful to health, so these are all dependent on the occupants. Now comes the sanitary convenience. Sanitary convenience, this include the provision of bathrooms, water closets, lavatories, latrines, urinals, to remove unhygienic matter away from the living place. Okay, so these all come on the sanitary convenience, and these are the part of the, uh, we are talking about the sanitation. So we have learned about the lighting, ventilation, and cleanliness and sanitary convenience. Okay, now comes elegance. Elegance means beauty and grace. Okay, the this effect is produced by greater purity and delicacy of fundamental enrichment of construction. So how your construction is done, elegance is related to the appearance of the building, how your building is looking. So nowadays many artic many and nowadays many buildings have been made in different ways that provide different views. So that is the elegance of that building, how beautiful the building or the structure has been made, that depends upon the elegance. Nowadays many architectural unit or structures that you can see, there are different types of modification in the structure that looks very beautiful. So this comes under the elegance. Okay, now comes economy. So the structure you are making, it should be economical. So economy is not the principle of planning, but rather a factor on which the planning can be based. So no general rules can be made to achieve economy, since the ways and means to attain it are different in different situations. So there are different ways by which you can achieve the economy, but you cannot say that there are certain these rules to be followed that can bring the cost or economy of the structure down. Okay, so economic can be achieved by keeping the minimum dimension of the room, doors and windows, simple design of windows. So if you are making simple type of building and avoiding the uh, um, mm, avoiding large dimension rooms and other um, artificial designed, uh, you can say, other equipment that provide elegance to your structure, that you are removing them, that can minimize the cost of the building also. Okay, so a building designed for a good strength, utility and safety will certainly prove to be a costly in the beginning, but may prove to be a cheaper in the long run. Okay, so this is the planning part of the residential building. Okay, so I have covered these points here. Thank you.